Hi, I'm Katie Felix. I'm a kindergarten teacher. I am jumping into the world of OneNote today and how I build it for Remote Learning 1.0. Mind you, Remote Learning 1.0 is very, very different than what 2.0 is going to look like this fall. But I just wanted to give you an idea of different ways that you can use OneNote with younger learners. Today we are going to jump into OneNote. So you can see here's my notebook that I was using. This is actually my examples, but to be honest, it is all my lessons. So these lessons are sitting here. I'm just going to go into a week of just COVID student work. This was me making Monday. This was the example. I'm going to add a page and I'm going to name it the day of the week. So let's say this one is Tuesday's learning. I want to talk about all of the different files that you can put into your OneNote. And I do actually build in the OneNote app. I then can use it over in my classroom notebook by doing assignments. So we'll talk through some of that. And I do have an assignment video and talking about why I've chosen what I've chosen. But this is the step-by-step of how to do it. So I'm going to first start with my files. I am in my Microsoft Stream for my school district, Tacoma Public Schools. I have made videos and I've uploaded to Stream. One of the major benefits of using Stream for my videos when we're at a Microsoft school is my videos can't go out to anybody else. So it is locked down. You have to log in to get that video accessible to other people. The one drawback is parents just can't go, oh, I'm going to click this link and watch it. They actually have to log in with their child's account. So that is the one drawback. But if you're doing read alouds or other things, it's locked down. So I'm going to click right over here. This is the math lesson I want. So lesson 28, we used Ready Math. I was able to use PowerPoint recording. Ready Math has actually made PowerPoints for us to introduce our lessons and do our lessons. I then use PowerPoint Recorder to draw on those lessons, to have my head floating over in the corner like it is here. And so the students could see me, and so I could be flashing my fingers, doing addition and subtraction, and all of those other things that you do in the spring with kindergartners. I'm going to go over to the three dots here. And at the three dots, I'm going to have to move it a little. I can hit share. When I do that, I get a direct link. So I'm going to copy this. I just need this direct link right here. I am then going to go back over to my OneNote and I hit Control V and watch what pops up. There is my video. It is all embedded in there. The students don't have to go out and find it anywhere else. It is all right there for them. Now, what if I wanted them to listen to, I'm thinking beginning of the year, some letter songs? I'm going to click over to YouTube. This is the Alphabet Songs ABC by Have Fun Teaching, one of my favorites, works throughout the school year. I'm going to hit share. You have to make sure that you are logged into YouTube to be able to get the share feature. And I'm just going to copy this right here. So I hit copy, and I'm going to go back to my OneNote. I'm going to hit Control V to paste, and watch what happens. It is right there. I can just hit play. And unfortunately, that video, this is why you always have to check your videos, that video is not accessible. I have noticed that for a couple different ones.
Counting to 10. Oh.
So I clicked on, notice it did have the ad on the bottom, but it will not have a full ad during it. Like this has a full ad. I'm going to hit share, and we're going to try this again. This is why you always try to play your video to see if it's going to work. So I'm going to delete that video. There are times that I still really want it, so I'll just leave the link there and I'll put, you have to click the link. And let's see if this one works. We always love Jack Hartman videos. I can make it larger. I can just stretch it out to make it larger. I'm going to click down below. I usually actually set up my things that I have the story at the beginning, I have some other information, and then I do the math below. So next we're going to talk about doing the math. So we've done a stream video, we've done a YouTube video. Notice they are very similar on how you use it. Normally I would have my math lesson and then my math pages. We're going to talk about how I put my math pages in. So you're normally at the home. I'm going to switch over to insert. You have table, file, printout, pictures, online video, link, audio. Audio is awesome. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to go to printout. I am going to go to my school OneDrive. I had a folder named COVID Lessons, and I'm going to go to June 8th. In my math folder, I have the math work. So I'm going to grab this math work, and I'm going to hit open. Watch what happens. So the PDF is right there. The PDF is printable by the parents. And let me shrink that up a little bit for you to be able to see it. And here are all the math papers. So that looks really, really cool, but guess what? There is more. You need to do a step. So when I click on my math paper, I right click. So when I right click, I have the option to set picture as background. But why would that be important? I had an amazing parent who works with teams with doctors, and he was like, Mrs. Felix, you forgot a step. You forgot to set picture as background because I can't type on it unless it's set as background. You can draw on it, but you cannot type on it. So there are benefits of typing. You can go look. But what is even better is when my students are working here, I can hit draw. I'm going to grab my favorite pen. I have to touch the touch, and I can do things like I need to find the groups of 10. I found the group of 10. Oh, there's no other 10. So then over here I can say 10 plus 4, and I'm using my finger off to the side. That's great and dandy, but how do the kids know the directions? Let's go back to insert. So I have to touch that touch again to say I'm not going to be drawing on it. So now I can just move everything. I could hit insert, and I could hit audio. And because this is my first time using it on this computer, I'm going to say, yes, please use the audio. So right now, notice that it's recording my audio. I can give directions like develop making teen numbers, circle the group of 10, then write the equations of 10 and what? Write an equation for the white bears, the brown bears, and the bears with the top hats. I hit stop, and here's the audio file. I prefer to put the audio files right up here at the top so students know where to expect it. So let's just review really quick. We put in stream, we put in YouTube, we went to insert and did printout. You can also put files, and you can choose different files. You can just put a link to a file, so the PDF there, so families can print that. But personally, I like to also print it out. Remember that you are saving it as background. So I'm going to right click again. And I have choices down there. That is really important. If you want to type, it makes it easier to write on it. And we did audio files right there. So these are the main features that I use in OneNote. And we are going to talk about how does that work when it's going to class notebook? Well, reality is when I'm doing my class notebook, I can't quite go there because of students' names and privacy. But in your class notebook, you have a teacher section. That's actually where I built all of my COVID lessons. So in that teacher section, I would just add a section for each week, then I would add pages for each day. When I have my teacher section and I'm assigning in class notebook, I can just grab that file by doing an assign and class notebook, and there's already a video about that. and it'll automatically pop it into the student's class notebook. Each individual child will get the same page to work on. So this is how I've used Class Notebook in the past. I will be completely honest, I love to use Class Notebook for poetry, and I do insert audio files. I did a year's worth of poetry in about an hour with doing all the sing song because, you know, things like Humpty Dumpty, they need to have it sung to them. And it's a great resource. Another way that I've used it is I've had my poetry in there. My students the year after still have access to all of that. So they still have my voice, that if they need me, they know they can still hear me doing all that poetry. When we are face to face, my poetry notebook is the major way that I teach my kids how to use OneNote. We just had to take it a lot further with remote learning. So I hope this really helped you out. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.